For 50 years, I have been trying to learn how to fight, which is related to when to fight and whom to fight and why. Like, the world is a shit show run by clowns, and it's hard not to wake up every day looking for a punchable face. And there's something to the fantasy of being able to put a knee to J.D. Vance's moose knuckle. But honestly, it's rarely that simple. Most of the time, our battles are small and personal. That's not to say they aren't important, but for many of us, we can only control whatever is put right in front of us. And sometimes those conflicts pay off if approached well. I've never gotten to poke a transphobe in the eyes, Three Stooges style, but I have stood up for trans kids, and I did it to their parents. And in the process, I think I got through to them. I don't know, but it was a battle worth fighting. Sometimes, though, I dive into the fray and all hell breaks loose because we're not here to solve anything, we're just here to fight. And when you get into it with someone not arguing in good faith, it does not feel good. It's a bit of a deterrent for wanting to engage in future confrontation. But hopefully, we never have to fight alone, that someone will be there to have your back. It's very scary when you're left out on a limb. I remember more than a dozen years ago, a man on the R train started freaking out, screaming at a woman I presumed he didn't know, but he was vile, and he was loud, and he was scary, and everyone near these two on the train blockaded her and forced him off at the next stop. No one grabbed, no one punched, they just formed a wall and pressed him out. Another woman held the first woman's hand. I think they were strangers. In the random draw of these short horror films every Friday the 13th, we always notice little thematic similarities. And this time, the theme of fighting for others, or heroism, was strong. What can we do as a community to help? How can I protect my child, my wife? How do I stand up for marginalized people, whether they're close to me or just strangers on a train? Most importantly, what would Jesus do? Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
What's your favorite fish?
My favorite fish? I don't know. I mean, fish. The clownfish.
Oh,
Any of
sure.
those, any of the, Finding Dory, Great Barrier Reef fish. They're
Hmm.
all delightful. But honestly, I think I'm going to go the jellyfish.
Oh, those are wicked. I love
Is that
them.
a real fish? I don't know. Probably not. It has
Oh,
fish in the name, though.
it does have fish in the name. It's like I'm never sure if a starfish is a fish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I from these short films, I was reminded of the existence of the swordfish, which is
Yes.
like the narwhal. It just doesn't feel real that's a
That's a
real
dinosaur.
thing.
That is a dinosaur that
Yeah.
just got forgotten to get mopped up with the rest of them. I also feel like the swordfish was like a much bigger comedy gag like 50 years ago, and then much like quicksand, we just sort of forgot about it.
Yeah. It's a cool fucking fish, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I always
And
thought,
very handy in a battle.
yeah, going back to the question of like, what weapon do you want in a zombie apocalypse? And
Swordfish.
swordfish, just any fish. Fish are great fighting weapons,
Just
apparently.
go to the Bonefish Grill and pick out a fish.
I was thinking about also, I don't eat, like, I don't eat fish very often whenever I dine. I'm not averse to seafood. I like seafood, but I just don't think about it much. It's one of those types of fish is a meat that I generally only think of whenever I'm at a place that specializes in it or
Sure,
is
sure.
local. I tend to never get oysters unless the the waiter can tell me where the oyster. If the waiter says these oysters are from blah 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 bay,
Oh, yeah,
I'm like, okay, I know they've put some care into them and they weren't just bought at Costco or what have you.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we don't get a ton of fish in this movie until we do, or in this
And then we
collection
get
of shorts.
and then we get a whole host of fishes.
Uh, what a wild ride! This was six movies we watched,
Yep.
kind of by random draw. Two
Hmm.
American films, two Australian films,
I think so,
and two
yes.
Spanish films,
Oh, yeah. Very
which
true.
is interesting. So kind of all over the map. But we're gonna start with a recommendation from Patreon user Katie, which was a 1913 short film called Suspense.
Oh, wow.
And this film
This
is
one,
in MoMA.
Yes, yeah,
Hmm?
I would not doubt that. It's really interesting watching a true silent film,
Hmm.
like an actual, honest to God silent film. And then, of course, watching a film like The Cabin or The Moths Will Eat Them Up, which is not silent, but has a lot of quietness in it or
Yeah.
non-speaking in it. But it's really interesting going back and watching an actual, like, silent film.
Yeah. Yeah, our two comedies in here, the two comedies,
Hmm.
Ice Cream
Yeah.
and Fist of Jesus are both they're both very like they're not one is loud, one is pretty quiet, but they're both talky.
Yes.
Like they're both like very dialogue driven, amongst the violence and gore driven. But yeah, these other four films, the dramatic ones, have very, very little
Yeah.
talking. And even the silent film of Suspense has very little text in it at all. It is mostly
Yeah.
showing, not telling.
Hmm.
This was it was written by Lois Weber and directed by Lois and Philip Smalley, who was her husband. But Lois is one of the most prolific filmmakers in Hollywood history.
Oh,
She
interesting.
has more than I want to say it was like 145 films, mostly short films that she
Wow.
created. She also did not invent the idea of the split screen that had been around a little bit before she did it in 1913 in this short film, but she does it in such a stylish way that it sort
Oh,
of
yeah.
popularized it, and people started taking the split screen
Oh,
not just as an informational approach to show, say, two people in the film, but to actually use that tri-split she uses in unison to show simultaneity.
yeah.
Simultaneity. How do you say a word, Cecil?
Simultaneousness.
There you go. Let's go with
Simultaneity. Looking at you, Brian De Palma.
That's it. Well, let's talk about Suspense, Cecil. This is a pretty simple
Yeah.
storyline. It opens with our maid quitting, leaving a wild ass note.
This is bonkers. So the mistress of the house is like tending her baby.
Hmm.
And again, we get like through the keyhole. So already you're like, what is going on that this woman has to leave like right now? Like the mistress of the house is on literally on the other side of the door, and this woman is like peeping through keyholes.
Uh-huh.
She writes her note. She leaves the note on the table. We get to read the note, and it says, "No servant can exist in such a lonesome place." And because it's written in cursive or script, like I thought it said loathsome place. I was like,
Okay.
oh no, what is
Ooh.
going on in this house? What is going on in this house, Leland? But I know it says lonesome. So I think it's more of an idea of like this house is, and then when we kind of see an exterior shot, it's this house is like way the fuck out there.
Yeah, it looks rural, coastal California,
Yeah.
maybe.
Like
Yeah.
dirt road,
Hmm.
way off the road, in the middle of the farms and palm trees and
Yeah, yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. She also mentions, I'll just leave my key under the mat. And I'm like,
Damn.
okay. But
Quick,
on her way
effective
out,
immediately.
effective immediately, and she also passes on the dirt road on her way out. She passes the tramp.
You know what we don't get enough of?
Hmm.
Murder hobos.
No, we don't.
I mean, we had hobo with a shotgun,
Uh-huh.
and this is on it. Like it's so funny watching looking at the hobo idea back
Yeah.
when that shit was like, no, there are hobos. They're real. They exist.
Hmm.
They're transient people that just roam from place to place. And yes, they look like the clown,
Yep.
hobo clown, the
Yep.
sad hobo clown. But this one's a murder hobo clown.
He is a very murder hobo clown. Yeah, he is the embodiment of, I think this has always existed in every society in the world, which is we have to think about who the villain is, who's coming to
Yeah,
take our women and our children
yeah, yeah,
from us. And that's what this guy represents. Like his motivation is bonkers to me. You just really can't
yeah,
analyze it other than he's just crazy. He just wants to steal and murder and
yeah.
abuse people, I guess. I don't know.
What is his motivation? Listen, I understood his motivation when he went after that corned beef sandwich.
Yeah, the one that was just in the cupboard, like with the
Yes,
dishes.
sure. You're like, somebody pre-made a sandwich and this guy's going to eat it. That I understand. But
Totally.
when he's like picked up a knife and is just stalking through the house in a just looking to murder.
Yeah. Well, he even like cuts the phone lines when he gets
Yeah.
in the house.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa. Like, I've had several houses that I've lived in my lifetime that I wouldn't even know where I would have cut the phone line. I mean, I could have cut it at the phone, but like
Sure.
on the
Yes.
outside of the house, like I don't even think I ever paid attention to where that line
No.
was even running to go cut it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think this is one of the reasons why horror is such an interesting trope is because it's a real look at what scares us.
Hmm.
And as we have learned, what scares us seems like international, but in fact is very can sometimes be regional and oftentimes is very time specific.
Hmm.
Like what the zeitgeist is throwing in their face is a reflection of what mystifies us, what scares us, what are we afraid of? And oftentimes those things stay the same generation after generation. But in this one, it's very apparent. Like the home invasion
Hmm.
is palpable.
Well, she calls her husband at work. Like we'd already seen a shot of her husband calling home to say, "Hey, hon, I've got to work late. Gonna
Got to work
be
late.
out for a while." But when she hears this man get inside the house, she locks the windows and doors and goes
Yeah,
upstairs with the baby.
yeah. What's crazy, that shot where she like looks down at him and
Yeah.
he looks straight up at her and the camera just like lingers on his face.
It's such a great shot.
Horrifying.
So scary.
Because it's that thing of like, you see me, I see you. Where do you run?
Yeah. Yeah, and then he makes the choice to come in the house, which is the moment she calls her husband, because it's like,
Yeah,
well, I made eye contact with this man I thought was just theoretically you'd think, well, now he's going to run away because he's been seen.
yeah.
But he's clearly not.
No.
But we get this
Try
triangular
screen.
tri screen, and at the center is the husband sitting in his office. On the right is the wife calling him, and then on the left is him finding the key under the mat
Yep.
and coming in. And she is saying now he's opening the kitchen door, and then we
I
see
love this.
so good.
Like she's narrating what he's doing to the husband
Hmm.
in real time.
Yeah.
It's also infuriating because I'm like, you hang up the phone and you call the police,
Yeah.
lady. I know telephones are invented. I don't know if we have a centralized 911 yet, but yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, the the solution here for the husband is I got to get home.
Oh my God, I love this.
And I guess he takes the bus to work because he's got to go outside and steal he carjacks this man.
He carjacks the car. I love
There's
that
a
the guys just like because you know it's also sometimes hard in old fashioned films. You know, everyone kind of looks the same a little
mm,
bit. So I was like, oh look, there he's like, wait, he's just casually smoking a cigarette and inspecting his car. Oh, that's not him.
yeah.
That's just another identical tall collared
Uh-huh.
man. But yeah, the husband runs out of his office, jumps in this dude's fucking car and tears off. And what's even crazier is that the guy then just like summons a police officer,
Uh-huh.
which means why didn't the husband just be like, "Hey, policeman, my wife is
Yeah,
in
yeah.
danger.
Yeah.
Come with me."
This film actually feels very experimental art to me.
Sure.
And it's not experimental art in the way that we think of postmodernism of like let's just deconstruct anything we
Yeah, yeah,
understand
yeah.
about how anything works. It's it's experimental in that it's playing with a pretty young technology. And
Sure.
what can we do with staging film that isn't just setting a camera on a
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
sound
yeah.
stage and
Yeah.
walking around and
And
talking?
oh my God, the shot of it's like a shot of the husband's face driving the car, and then there's the large rear view mirror of the police and the guy who's been carjacked in the background.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, because there's no camera tricks. There's barely, like, there is a camera. They set it up on the hood of a car,
And they did
and
a
they
car
just,
chase.
and they did a car chase. When there's a man standing in the middle of the road lighting a cigarette.
I love this.
The husband hits that man with that car
Yeah.
and then gets out and dusts him off and goes, "Oh, good, you're okay," and sends him on his way, and then continues with the car chase.
I love this guy. Like, the motivation of any of these little side characters is so funny because I have questions about the tramp and what his motive is.
Yes.
The cigarette man in the middle of the road, I'm like, what is your fucking deal?
I mean, he lives in rural California in 1913.
That's true. That's
Like
true.
the worst he probably the worst he has to think about are like it's like a stray cow.
Right. Theoretically, there's still a lot of horses happening on this
Yes.
road, so you could maybe hear them better than you could a car. But yeah, he just decides, yeah, right here in the median,
here.
I'm just gonna
Light my
light
pipe
up.
or my
Yep.
cigarette.
Yep. Well, this crazy chase is happening. We've got the tramp. Yeah, basically, he gets his corned beef and corned beef sandwich, goes upstairs. He is busting through her door
God,
like Jack
this is-
Torrance.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where, there's not much more that this woman can do. She locks the door of the bedroom. She puts like a bureau in front of it. The tramp punches through that door. Shocking. Like it's really scary and shocking. It is like, so yeah, we've had Brian De Palma. We've had some Stanley Kubrick now.
And now he's coming for her, but this is when our husband gets home. He ditches that car, flies out of it, runs up the dusty old lawn to the house. All the while, the police are out of their car shooting at him.
Actively shooting at him.
Thank God they're stormtroopers.
Yeah. So they can't hit anything. He makes it inside, and that's when the tramp hears the shooting, hears the cars. He leaves the wife alone, goes downstairs, and is in sort of a scuffle with the husband. But the husband kind of rushes past him. He gets into, like, essentially the police officer is like taking care of him. The husband runs into his wife's arms.
Picks up the baby.
The baby's okay. The wife is okay. And then this resolution is like, it is 1, 2, 3, done.
Yep. Oh, just dust those hands off. All good.
Yep. Because the policeman and the motorist, the car owner come in, and the husband goes, "My wife." And they go, "Oh, of course. No, we won't be pressing charges today."
What a good
The
man.
end. Yeah.
This is such a beautifully done film. It's such an exciting film, and to call it Suspense and to think about it from the point of view of an experimental piece is that you're playing with a new technology to be like, how do we build suspense? We didn't talk about the choice of music put into it either, which is it's very classic silent film.
Yeah.
Piano keys tinkling in suspense, but all of this stuff feels like such a cool effort to create new visuals, new ways to create action thrillers, basically.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie, for that. So the end, let's jump forward by 110 years.
Sure.
To a YouTube short suggested by Weaponized Toaster called I Scream by creator Talitha and starring Talitha, Anastasia, and John. No last names are listed for these folks, but great job by these people. What a 4-minute little short about an ice cream parlor, Cecil.
Yeah. It's like waiting for Godot's ice cream parlor.
I like the stylized dialogue here because it opens with these two setting up their ice cream parlor to open for a day of business, and one of the women opens the freezer, lifts the top up, looks in, closes it, looks in, closes it, turns to the other. Yeah. They have to go to the broom closet to have the conversation. but there's a dead man in the freezer. How dead is he? Goes back out, checks his pulse,
I know.
um, comes back
Very,
in.
quite dead.
5 minutes till opening.
But we open in 5 minutes.
Can we scoop around him?
Can we scoop around him? Let's find out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can scoop. Oh, nope, you broke off his thumb. Put it back on.
Yeah, yeah, put it back on. No, that's a health code violation. Did you say health code violation?
Oh my God, I love it. This character, this is so silly.
Uh-huh.
The health inspector who's just like looking at spoons,
Yes.
just twirling a sink, or twirling a faucet.
He's like cracking open the tops of bottled cleaners and just smelling them and nodding his head like, yep,
going,
that's definitely
yes,
cleaner.
That smells about right.
And all the while, they are just scooping ice cream for a crowded little ice cream parlor. What's really fun about this short is that the trick in it is really that they don't show you.
Yeah.
You never see the body. You never see the skeleton.
Nope.
You never see body parts. All you see is what looks like just like red jelly topping or dark
it's like strawberry
milk chocolate
sauce.
fudge. Yeah. Going onto ice cream. And then you hear the sounds of the as they're scooping it out. So they're doing the Cameron Esposito horror is in the soundtrack.
Yes. Yes.
And so we're just seeing a bunch of shots of ice cream that looks so gross because it's all kind of a little melty.
It's pretty melted.
And
it's all on a black background. It's all very like commercially shot. It looks like a commercial. But it just keeps going. It's all this like super close up. Anything like a close up on food is always going to be kind of gross.
Yeah.
Like if you stop to think about it too hard, you're like, what am I actually putting into my body? And this is that case.
It's really hard to shoot food if you've ever tried to take a picture of your meal or something you cooked or something. And it just gets so washed out. And here they are like shooting food really nicely, but because of the sound and because we know what it is and because all of the food is a little lopsided.
Yeah.
It's so gross. And then we get to the point where we've got a problem. One, we're almost out of the mammal flavor.
The mammal flavor.
And also, oh shit, there's a whole skeleton in the freezer.
So they've scooped this entire gentleman, this entire body. They're like, wait a minute, let's line up the milkshakes.
Yeah, somebody says, can I order a shake? And she just grins like, oh.
Oh. And then it's just the shots of blenders.
And the sound of a little vague sound of crunching in the blender.
Yeah.
I love the line where one
God.
of them says, wait, you can do that? And she says, yeah, it's like adding calcium to a drink like they do at Jamba Juice.
Oh my God, like they do. I cackled so hard at that line.
It's so funny. And then our resolution is the inspector. It's the end of the workday. And he says, I'm giving you the grade of B. Whipped cream must remain refrigerated when not in use. Otherwise, your customers might get an upset stomach.
They might get a tummy ache.
Yep.
And I love it. It's like clearly, like Ready Whip, like the most
non-dairy
whipped cream. And they're looking at it, they're like, okay, I guess we'll take that, considering there's a dead body that we've been serving to people all day.
Yeah, so the end, that was Ice Cream by Talitha. Talitha TV, I think, is the name of the YouTube channel. Yeah, it was a great recommendation. This is they don't have like the same following as like our next picture, which is done through Alter, right? Like these bigger channels.
Sure.
But Talitha's stuff, I watched a couple other videos. They're really funny. A lot of similar type of humor. And
it's just so
good
funny,
times.
like the deadpan. Like, compare the humor of Ice Cream and Fist of Jesus. Like, it's like minimalist versus maximalist.
Yes, totally.
Humor.
All right, let's talk about The Moths Will Eat Them Up from 2025. This was recommended by Patreon user Alyssa. And this is a film by Luisa Martiri and Tanya Modini. This is
I love anything
Alter.
that starts with the Bible quote.
Isaiah 51 7 and
You're like,
8.
oh,
Oh God. Do not fear the scorn of men. Do not be broken by their insults, for the moth will eat them like a garment. Yes, the
what?
moth will eat them like wool.
Huh?
I didn't I didn't really want to dig out a Bible to check this or go online
I know. I
and
thought about it.
verify
And I
this,
was
but I'm
like,
like,
what are you talking about,
I,
Bible?
I just like the rhythm of this. I like what it's
Yes.
saying. It's pretty great. I believe it. The Bible has said crazier shit, so
Mm-hmm. Putting up there. Man-eating moths. Sure.
this one's pretty simple, and the scare in this one is what I would call just real scare.
Yeah. It's very tense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, talk about suspense, the name of the first film. This is super suspenseful because it's all intimidation, it's anticipation, it's
Mm-hmm.
the feeling of being trapped.
The feeling that what you are experiencing, you're because of the world around you not reacting to it.
Yeah.
You're sort of gaslit by society by
Yeah.
them not reacting to what you're seeing.
It's being isolated in a crowd. So it starts with our protagonist, and she's waiting on a train platform kind of
Mm-hmm.
at night. There's some moths buzzing around a lamp, and she's got a bottle of wine and, kind of very like commuter going home from work. And she passes by two or three men on their phones. They're all very, like, everybody's in their phone. They're all men. They're all in suits, and and she kind of like eyes them, but she's okay, nobody's really paying attention. She gets onto this train. The train gets going.
Uh-huh.
It's crap. It's like empty. There's like only like two or three people in the car. Two of those people get off at one stop. But this guy comes in from the back and sort of bumps her seat.
Quite
And she,
deliberately and hard.
yeah, and she looks up at him and he looks down at her and just stares at her. And she's sort of taken aback. And then he goes through this is fucking terrifying. The idea of like going through the train door, it closes and he just stands there and
Mm-hmm.
like nose pressed against the glass stares at her.
Yeah. It's just so scary, and I love the rhythm that they create for him. So he will in the space between cars,
Hmm.
there's a toilet there.
Yeah.
And so when the train is in motion, he goes into the toilet, and we only see that by the light up sign that says
Yeah.
toilet occupied.
Yeah.
And then at every stop, as people get off the train, that light goes off and he stands in the window of the car
Yeah.
staring at her.
Like blocking her path to get
Yeah.
off the train.
And the door at the back of her car is locked. It's either the back end of the train or the back car has been closed off for the night. So she keeps seeing people get off of this car, and she keeps seeing this man staring at her. Well, we kind of get down to just like one dude left on the train, some businessman with his AirPods in,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
goes and says, "Hey, that dude keeps staring at me. Have you noticed this guy who keeps going in and out of the bathroom?" And he's like, he probably just not feeling well.
Yeah. She's like, no, he's staring at me and it's really freaking me out. And he's like,
Well,
staring at you how? Like, how was he staring at you? She's like, staring at me and freaky enough that I'm talking to a random fucking stranger.
you need to calm down.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ugh!
Oh my God.
And then that guy gets off at the next stop. So it's just her left on this car.
Yeah.
There's a moment where she tries to like sneak past the toilet, but the door like unlocks because they're coming into a station. She has to run
Yeah.
back to her seat.
She tries waving for help to the video camera.
Yeah.
And when it's kind of the only like outside the bottle of the movie kind of shot that we get,
Uh-huh.
which is just almost like an unmanned CCTV.
Uh-huh.
And it's, the same shot of her like waving her hands saying help in, big like, yelling help. But it just sort of cycles through the CCTV of empty cars. So it's either it's unmanned or the person behind the desk does not care.
Yeah, I love that shot when we see the little bank of CCTV cameras because it's the camera is bolted to the car in the same position on every car. So we see a shot of just like straight down the aisle of
Yeah.
this train car, and she's waving quietly in black and white, and then suddenly she just disappears because the
Yeah.
camera switches, but the other car layout is the exact same.
Yep.
So it just looks like she just vanishes from sight.
Yeah.
Well, now we're getting to our destination, and he is blockading her way out. And she's gonna try and just confront him. She takes the bottle of wine. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? You might as well just go ahead and crack that open.
Yeah, I know,
Make a
right?
true shiv out of it instead of a blunt object. And she says, whatever you're fucking doing, you fucking stop. Stop it. And he just grins at her. But then we notice there's a lot of moths. We've just been seeing little moths here and there
Yes. Yeah,
throughout.
it's kind of like a moth is sort of like attached, not attached itself, but like from the minute she's on the platform, she brings a moth into the train car. It's sort of
Yes.
sitting on the window at a certain point. It kind of disappears for a bit. When she tries to go into the in-between carriages, she sort of waves it away a little bit. But now she's got like 5 or 6 moths
Uh-huh.
around her head when she confronts this menacing stranger.
Yeah. And suddenly we see a bunch of moths coming up from behind her, and then there's like a camera shot from like just outside the train. And what we see inside the train is just it's packed full of women of different
Yeah.
ages and backgrounds and everything, just marching forward.
Yeah.
And
And
then
you
back,
see the
yeah.
and then the face of the menacing stranger falls.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Uh-huh. And then yeah, he gets swarmed by fucking moths and she
Like
gets off the train.
hundreds of CGI moths.
Yep. And she goes out, gets inside her car, locks the door, just has several moments of just breathing out what she's been through.
Yeah. This was some of the scariest. Like this was the like even though I know the danger has passed and I
Uh-huh.
understand like kind of what's going on, this because I'm like Jesus Christ, if they fucking jump scare us like there's a fucking person in her car, I'm gonna be so mad. But it's not.
No.
She kind of makes it to the safety of her car and like takes a moment.
Mhm. And our epilogue is there's another little train, like kind of late at night,
Mhm.
empty train stop. A young woman gets, steps to the edge to wait for her train, and we just see the moths, circling the street light over, and one just comes and lands right on her shoulder.
I love this.
Hmm.
Like it really kind of, and especially tying in the biblical quote at the beginning, it really does kind of harken to the idea of like a traveler, like a patron saint of travelers,
Yes.
especially of women travelers,
Yeah.
or something that every time you leave your front door, you're putting yourself out in the world and you're exposed. But the idea that there is some kind of benevolent force that looks after solo women that need it the most.
I love that phrase of like the patron saint for women travelers is such a good
Mhm.
way of thinking about that because it is this notion of a protector, a protecting
Mhm.
angel, to keep you safe. That is made up of every woman who has ever witnessed
Yeah.
a scene like this or been
Yeah.
victim to it. Yeah, and also just uh, the camera work, the shots in this movie, and this final shot of just the back of this woman, of her sweater, her backpack, her hair hanging down, and then just
Yeah.
this like really beautiful black and white moth wings spread,
Yeah.
popping onto her shoulder. The end.
The end.
So tonally, let's stick with this kind of similar sort of movie.
No, stop. Yeah, like we literally went from the most serious film ever created to the least serious film ever created.
I almost didn't include this film because we try and do 5 per one of these
Hmm.
episodes. And
Sure.
I couldn't leave it out because it was just so ridiculous and unlike anything else. And we're just going to include it. And this was recommended by Witch Mommy on Patreon. This is Fist of Jesus
Oh my
2012,
God.
a short film
It's
by David Munoz and Adrian Cardona.
it's like if Sam Raimi directed a Looney Tunes episode,
Yeah, it's
Looney Tunes cartoon.
very Sam Raimi Looney Tunesy.
Like it reminded me a lot of the battle sequences of Army of Darkness.
Uh-huh.
That sort of like when horror and slapstick comedy meet, and it's oftentimes a pretty great tasting combo.
Uh-huh. It's so good. Well, this is going to be the story of Jesus.
Jeebus,
Jeebus.
Jesus on the Mount, preaching
Yeah,
to the people.
love your enemies, bless those who curse
Hmm.
you.
Yep,
The
turn
meek
the other
shall
cheek.
inherit the earth, blah, blah,
All
blah.
that, all that.
And then, man, Jacob arrives and he's like, Jesus, my son Lazarus, he is dead. Jesus says, oh, but he is
Oh,
only asleep. No, he's been dead for a day. He's like, oh, ye of
hold my
little
beer.
faith. Oh, Judas, my friend, come, let us show this man that through my life, so can you live, blah, yada, 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 yada. So we arrive, the little village where dead
Just
Lazarus,
women wailing,
Roman
Roman
soldiers
soldiers
watching.
standing around, just looking like kind of nonplussed.
Hmm. Lazarus, rise up and walk. And Cecil, he does. He
He
sits
does.
up.
He sits up.
Praise
Everyone's like,
Jesus.
huzzah, praise Jesus. And then Lazarus takes a big chunk out of Jacob's
Jacob.
neck.
And then we just hear,
Oh
because
my
the
God,
last
this is
shot,
so dumb. This is so dumb. This
well,
is
the last shot
so
we saw before this was
dumb.
the wailing women in all black, the mourning
Yep.
women. And then we hear this high pitched scream. And then it cuts to it's just Jesus and
It's
everything else has
Jesus.
fallen silent.
It's like when Ned Flanders, like there's one episode of The Simpsons where Ned Flanders like screams like they're like, I heard a woman. No, it's just Ned.
So stupid. And now Jacob's a full-on zombie. That the zombie infection happens quickly.
Very quick. Zombie melee. The Roman soldiers go in,
I love
they
these
get
soldiers.
zombified.
They kind of look at each other like, "Oh, these fucking people again. All right,
Yeah,
well, let's
yeah.
go deal with it." Well,
Pretty soon, everyone is zombified.
everyone's
You've
zombified.
got
Jesus and Judas have
the
run away.
yes. They're like, and Judas is like, oh my, like, I can't believe this. And Jesus is like, no, stick with me.
Uh-huh.
We'll be all right.
He also tells Judas, Judas is like, we tried, you tried to bring them back from the dead, but it's actually turned,
You made this even
it's
worse.
damned them. And he's like, listen, it was my first time. I'll get it right next time. Like, what do
Yeah,
you expect?
never
I
done
hadn't
this
done
before.
that before.
Ridiculous.
And then they're like, oh no, we are surrounded. Over there, the Pharisee zombies. Over
Uh-huh.
here, the Roman zombies. And over here, cowboy zombies.
The cowboy zombies? Cowboy zombies? What?
He goes running.
Come out here, Jesus.
God, it's
But in
so
but in
fucking
Spanish.
dumb. But in Spanish. Like when they're running away, there's a moment they're running through a village, and Jesus just shoves this young woman
Oh
out
my
of
God,
the
I
way
love it. Like
into a
shoves
zombie.
like this like an old woman just like sweeping the streets.
Yep.
Shoves her right into the zombies.
And they pause for a moment in safety, and Jesus is telling Judas,
Listen,
"Hey, just stick with me. We're gonna be fine." And when he turns around, Judas is gone, and Judas has hung himself from the whatever tree.
Oh no. And Jesus is like, oh, Judas, my friend. And he puts his hands on his feet and he's like, rise, Judas. And
Judas does come back to life.
Judas does, but Jesus hasn't cut him down. And Jesus is just having like his hero moment, looking out, surveying the world, and doesn't notice that Judas is now revived, but choking to death again.
And he dies again. And so now he cuts Judas down and brings him back to life from the prone position. I thought that was so funny.
It's so dumb.
So
I love
stupid.
it.
All right.
Zombie
Now,
melee.
zombie melee. The zombies are surrounded. They say, Jesus, your glory days are over, says the lead cowboy zombie.
Yeah.
Judas, do you have anything I could use as a weapon? I only have one fish.
One fish. But then, oh my God, this shot of like, Kung Fu Master Jesus, where he has like one fish and then turns it in like
And he
it's
fans
two
it into
fish,
two. Nah, it's
like throwing stars.
the zombie's like, oh, all you have is a fish? No, two fish.
Oh my God. And then it is literally just zombies exploding
For like 15 minutes. It's
for
not that
15
long.
full,
Yeah.
yeah, no, like a full
So,
10 minutes.
yeah. This
Fish in the
whole
head, arms
last,
being ripped off.
yeah, just there's a point where like Jesus is under a pile of limbs and offal and
Hmm.
blood.
Yeah.
It just
But the
so
zombies keep
gross.
coming. Zombies keep coming. And then the fish get bigger and bigger.
Eventually, he's got a swordfish. He's got one where it's a piranha. He's like, "Oh, you
Oh
like
my
biting
God.
people? Say hello to my little friend, or
Yeah.
whatever." Just, I like that he's just throwing like carp, and they're fully
Yeah.
just going through people's
Like,
chests.
yes. And then, like, eventually there's a scene. I think it's like when everything is kind of over and done, and it's just the carnage, and
Hmm.
it's just bodies lying on the ground with fish sticking straight up out of
Yep.
them.
There's one point where he does in the cartoon way, you know how they would like when you would see a cat eat a
The
fish, like
cat.
Tom, it rip the fish flesh off and it would be left with just the bones. He does
Yep.
that with a fish, like slides the skin off and is left with like a spiked club
Yes.
of those bones. Um, yeah. It's so good. It's so stupid. There's a moment wherein in the melee there's like a kind of zombie looking person, but as the camera gets up close to him, you realize he's saying, "I'm just a poor leper seeking the healing powers of Jesus." And then he gets fucking head blowed up by
Oh
Jesus.
my God. Like at one point, Jesus is just like beating some zombie that's just below the camera, and there's just like a head flies up, an arm flies
Oh
up.
God.
For every time Judas or Jesus hits a zombie, there's like a little squirt of blood that
Uh-huh.
kind of happens below the camera. It's great.
And his final moment, there's two zombies left, and there is a crucifix. There's a giant cross.
I
Not a
know. I was
crucifix,
like,
cross.
not the crucifix.
And
No.
he lifts it out of the ground and pummels these last two zombies with the cross. And Judas says, in the end, we didn't even get to evangelize to anyone. And Jesus says, well, we did send a bunch of people to the kingdom of heaven.
Yes, we did.
The end. What a
The
what
end.
a what a waste of time. That was so much fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Again, we're sticking with a similar tone, and we're
Uh-huh.
gonna. This was
So similar.
so similar. So now we're gonna get to. I thought this was really interesting. I didn't. This is a short film that turned into a feature film that I have not seen yet.
Oh.
But this is Cargo from 2013.
Okay.
This was recommended by user Amanda. This is created and directed by Ben Howling and Yolanda Ramke. And this won Trope Fest, which is apparently the world's largest short film festival.
Ooh,
So this
that's
is the
cool.
2013 winner, and it got turned into a major motion picture starring Martin Friedman, I think,
Also called Cargo, right?
also called Cargo,
Yeah. Yeah,
Australian
yeah,
zombie
yeah.
flick. It's come up in our what do we want to watch next before, but
Yep.
we haven't gotten to it quite yet.
I love a good in media res beginning,
I do too.
like where you're just dropped into a situation and it's like there's a zombie in a car.
And in fact, because it's in media res, it takes you a second to. First thing I understood was this man is coming out of unconsciousness.
Yes.
Oh, he's in a car. He must have been in a bad accident,
Yes.
which probably true.
Yes. But
And
also,
and oh, his wife is needing help. Oh no,
oh
oh
no,
no, that's no longer his
she
wife.
is a milky-eyed zombie. We also get a good shot of his arm has like a zombie bite on it.
Uh-huh.
He does kind of kick her away because she's seatbelted in.
Uh-huh.
He gets out of the car and then he like frantically goes to the back of the car
Hmm.
And then the next shot we have, him standing and he's got like a little baby, a non-zombie baby.
Yeah. And on the back of their car, they've got the little family stickers of mommy, daddy, and
Oh my
baby.
God.
And I think I've referenced this before. I think it was a Reno 911 bit where a police officer, like, there's a massive crash scene, and then he just starts peeling a couple of the stickers
Oh my
off.
God. Love it.
But yeah, he literally peels the mommy sticker off and holds it up to the baby. And he was like,
Like, it's
Mommy,
just you and me, kid.
just you and me, kid. And- Okay, so now he's, yeah, without words, because he
Mhm.
has no one to talk to, really. They're
Yeah.
just baby. But he checks the wound on his arm, so we've got a clock on it now.
It's not good.
He's got out a map that has clearly been written on before, that they had been searching for safe places to go.
Yeah, it just says safe question mark, and then all of them have been X'd out.
So he realizes he's got a 3-hour trek through the woods to get to the last remaining safe place. And we also note that he has a Sharpie and he's writing on his arm some details, which would become important later. But there's a moment on this trek. He's got the baby on his little backpack baby carrier. There's a moment where he is crouching over human innards on the trail, and he is sniffing them. Like,
What baby? But he put this like he puts them into a little grocery bag
yeah, he's got like a little plastic bag, like a dog do bag,
and
sort
like
of thing.
ties it to his belt loop.
Yep.
And you're just like, what the fuck are you doing with that? And listen, we just watched Walking Dead. We're like, oh, you're gonna cover yourself in zombie smell.
Uh-huh.
That old gambit.
He also finds an abandoned house that a birthday party had come to a sudden end at this house.
Yeah.
But there's like a little, I've never seen one of these before. It's like a little handheld balloon inflator.
Oh yeah.
Like an electric one, right? Like it just puffs up a little balloon.
Because this baby is not happy.
No. And so
He's like, hey, look a hat, look a balloon.
yeah, he fills up a little balloon and he ties it to the baby backpack. And he is next time we see him marching, he's got a full ass stick that he has rigged up to the backpack that goes straight out in front of him, and hanging from that is the bag of innards.
And it's like we see that, and then we kind of see him from the back, and he's become zombified, but he's essentially made a carrot at the end of a stick
Yeah.
because he knows once he turns, and he will walk toward the innards because he's a dumb zombie.
Yeah.
But he kind of like sniff, like
Keeps
I smell something, and kind of just does like a 360
Yeah.
trying to find the baby that
Uh-huh.
is strapped to his back but doesn't see it.
No. And yeah, he keeps marching forward and he finds his way into this clearing. And we see a distant shot of what he looks like, which is just a full-on like zombie
Yeah.
with a stick and a bag and a pink balloon and a backpack.
Yep.
And then just we hear a kapow,
Yeah.
and he
And
drops.
there's like a person. There's a person like on top of a shed way in the distance.
Yep. And they have sniped him, and these 3 people come down to investigate, these 3 humans, non-turned humans. And it's, I think, important to note that it was cast as 2 men and a woman.
Yeah.
And they come back down just to make sure he is dead.
Yeah. And the men are like, cool.
Got it. Got him. Let's go back inside.
Yeah.
But she stops. She hangs out because she's like, why is this
The
stick
stick.
here?
Yeah.
And the balloon? And he's got writing on his arm. And then suddenly we hear crying. And
She picks up
underneath
that baby.
the little blanket over the backpack, she finds the baby and she lifts up the shirt and it says, "My name is Rosie."
Taking
Written
that
in
baby home.
Sharpie on the belly. It's very sweet. It's very like a
Yeah.
very tearjerkery, like,
Yeah.
tearjerker zombie film.
Well, it's like we've talked about in zombie movies, like one of my favorite thing is the useful death. And this
Yeah.
is kind of the ultimate version of that in that it's like you know you're going to turn. What do you do with the last
Yeah.
2 hours of your life? How do you help your fellow man? In this case, how do you be the father that gets your innocent, helpless little baby to safety?
And it's such a long shot, and it's so beautiful that it pays off for him, and that
Yeah.
baby is saved, because we know, and he knows too. He knows that, like, there's a good chance I end up killing my baby or dying, and my
Yeah.
baby is killed
Yeah.
by somebody
You just
else.
sort of wander forever.
Yeah. Um, I love this last shot of this woman has the baby, and you see the other two men kind of looking at her. Not like it's not comedic. It is just a moment of like, oh shit, like okay. And the
Yeah.
last shot is her sitting with the baby in the field, and in the background, the two men are digging a grave for him.
Yeah. Which you get that like they probably don't do for every zombie they kill,
No,
you
no,
know? So it is that kind of like in respect in death.
yeah. I thought that was really a beautiful, beautiful touch.
Yeah.
I'm now curious to see the live action version, the full length, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, the feature version of it. But it is kind of like we covered Mama
Yeah.
for the show, which I think the feature length of Mama has a lot of great things happening to it, but it
Yeah.
is a little tough to maintain the
Ex-
core of this
yeah,
tiny
yeah, yeah.
story.
To expand.
Yeah.
If I remember, I think I did see it when it came out, and it's been a long time, it's been quite a long time. And I remember it's much more survival,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Yeah.
but I don't remember how it ends. So I don't know if we watch it for the show, it'll be
Yeah.
like watching it afresh.
That's right. Well, let's get to our last horror short, and we've kind of bookended this episode, this Friday the 13th episode, with I think two classics of their era,
Yeah.
with Suspense, and then now this was a made-for-TV short film
Mhm.
called La Cabina from 1972. It was made in Spain. This was recommended by Patreon user Didi Dunn. Thank you, Didi. It was directed by Antonio Mercero.
Mhm.
This is a very 1970s film.
It is.
I love it. I love the jaunty music, the overhead
Yeah.
shot
It's
of
like jazz
city
music.
streets. Yeah.
It says in the captions.
Did you? I all I could think about when we see these. Well, let me start with this. We see this delivery truck, arriving into a park area, and just on the
Yep.
back of the truck is a red phone booth, and four men get out. We never really see their faces. We just
No,
kind of
we
see them
don't.
setting up the phone booth, and they're going to come back into the picture later. But all I could think about was, I got real Night Vale head about it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, the man who is not tall, the man who is not short.
It is shadowy government agency.
Uh-huh.
Because it's all shot from very like you see like of this wide shot of the park.
Yeah.
And we see them, they kind of like put poles underneath it and they kind of carry it to the middle of this park, which is like a sandy play area.
Yep.
And you see them like bolting it into the ground.
hmm
They put a phone inside of it and then they leave. And I was like, what the fuck did they hook that phone up to? You know
Uh-huh.
what? Nothing at all, Jeffrey.
I love once they leave and then it just shows this phone booth in the middle of this public park. It's so interesting because the park is just kind of an open play area for
Yeah.
there's some bushes and flowers, but mostly it's just like an open space between apartment buildings in this downtown
It's very
area.
European. It's
Very
It's
European.
very like we
Gathering
need
spot.
we need a place to play bocce ball or whatever.
But this red color is so bright. Like
It
it is
is.
such like a eyesore in the middle of this
Yeah.
kind of otherwise kind of
And
like
it's
toned
in
down
the
area.
middle of the park. And they're clearly doing this before the city is woken up. And then now we kind of get morning happens. So like the little boys are running to catch the bus to school. People are slowly starting to do their morning errands.
I also, one other thing about this phone booth when it's first set up is the way the door is left ajar.
Mhm.
'Cause it looks like a trap. Like it
Just
just
nice and
looks like a
inviting.
trap. Yep. It's so bright and red and shiny. Look at this
I
brand new
know.
phone.
Isn't technology great?
So now we meet our businessman, our man,
I
and
love it.
his
The
little
I think
son.
the I don't know if it was like a film critic or if it was the director kind of referred to him as a gray man,
Oh, a gray man?
kind of like your everyman,
Yes.
your average businessman, balding, suit, mustache,
Hmm.
just the kind of middle management
Yep.
of the world.
Yeah, he's a classic everyman. Gray man is a great word. I love that. There's something heroic about everyman. Like it
Yeah.
sounds like the protagonist of a film, like the
Hmm.
way any man could just be elevate to protagonist status. But
Yeah.
gray man is really great because it really implies NPC.
Yeah, that's it.
So this man he's taking his son across the
Walking his
park
son to
to
the
the
bus.
school bus where the nuns are going to take him off to school. But I love this shot of this boy has a brand new blue ball and he kicks
Yeah.
it in the park and it lands in the phone booth.
And he goes inside and he's like, hey, look, this is like, I love it that the kid is like the only person who acknowledges the newness of
Uh-huh.
the phone booth. He's like, look, this is a new one. This is fancy. And he's like,
Yeah.
hey, don't tarry. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
We got things to do. Don't pay attention.
Hmm.
Off to school you go.
So he gets him off to school and he goes back to that phone booth and it's interesting when he's walking away that first time from the phone booth to the bus, the man looks he can't take his eyes off the phone booth,
Hmm.
which it makes me think of like a Venus flytrap, right? Like any
Yeah.
type of like or what are the fucking fish that have the little dangly
Oh
light
yeah, the
bulb?
angler fish is what
Yeah,
they're called.
that the way in nature predatory
Hmm.
nature sometimes makes itself look really beautiful
Hmm.
to trap in the prey. And he can't stop looking at this beautiful brand new red phone booth. And so he's got to go make a phone call, Cecil.
Yeah.
And the door just
It just
click.
silently closes behind him.
Hmm.
And the phone isn't even connected. It's kind of,
No.
doing the thing, the like tap, tap, tap
Click,
on the
click, click,
receiver.
click. Yep.
No, okay. But you put some coins in. No, no, they just go right through. Wait a minute. I think the door is locked behind me.
Yeah.
Huh,
Huh.
that's strange.
Can't get this open.
I mean, the performance by this actor is pretty stunning because it's silent. Once he gets inside that phone booth, we hear nothing.
We never hear him again, I don't think.
Nothing, no thing, like not breathing, not words, not sounds. He is in a hermetically sealed trap.
Hmm.
And this character really like it's alternately it starts off funny.
Yeah.
Like because he's a respectable businessman. This is not something that happens to respectable people.
And also the we start getting a crowd
Yeah.
gathering. You know, it begins with just him waving down to random guys who are on their way
Yeah.
to work. And they're like, "Wow, you just push harder, be a man about it." And they're like, "Here, we'll
Yes.
help you push, we'll pull." And they
No.
cannot get the thing open. They're like,
No.
"Sorry,
And
dude, we
eventually
got to
they're
get to
like, we got to
work."
go to work. Yeah.
And there are kids out there playing. They're like laughing at him.
Yep.
And that's where it starts to get a little bit more sinister, but it's kids, so it's not like fully sinister because you're like, yeah, kids are just mean and they're
But
just
then
laughing.
really, then now there's like one by two, by three, by 10, by
Uh-huh.
20 people are forming a little circle around him. And I want to talk about the crowd.
Yes, please.
Like this is the best sort of the how to make how to give individuals a feeling of difference in a crowd. Like it's there's I love the two old women knitting,
Uh-huh.
which actually if you kind of look at their knitting, one is like it kind of makes a tricolor, like red, blue, and white,
Oh, okay.
kind of similar to the women knitting by the guillotines in the French Revolution.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
There's um, a mover is carrying this like very ornate chair that he even puts his chair in. I was like, what's going on here? Another mover is carrying a very ornate mirror. So we kind of
Love
like
that
the
mirror.
man in the phone booth sees a reflection of himself trapped in the phone booth and how
Hmm.
ridiculous he looks. There's a young boy carrying pastries to a bakery, and all the while there's a very tall, thin man, a la Phantasm, just slowly stealing pastry. Like it's in the crowd, people are not just NPCs, they are individuals. They
Yeah.
are people who are living a life that have kind of stopped what they're doing to observe this silly, what they think is a stunt. I think
Yeah.
somebody at one point, they're like, ugh, advertising
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
People will do anything for to get attention.
This is one of the best, might be the best crowd scene I've ever seen. I mean,
Yeah.
the director here, Antonio Mercero, does such an incredible job of giving personalities in short bursts to all of these people involved. And it's funny,
Yeah.
it's engaging, it also is informative because you hear one person say, "Oh, I see him. He takes his boy to the bus every morning over
Yeah.
here." And so it gives us a little bit of perspective about the community, but also it's like almost Lynchian absurd when you talk about
Yes.
like the Phantasm tall man like eating these pastries up from the top of this kid's tray on his head
Oh, at one
to
point, there's like a shoe shine
yeah.
guy shows up, starts selling lottery tickets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then three people respond to the phone booth. First, there is the big man.
Mm-hmm.
Like all you need is muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the biggest guy in the world who wins every arm wrestling competition, the tug of war, like, what we need is some brawn.
Yeah.
And this guy literally pulls the handle off the phone booth.
Yeah. Yep.
Doesn't budge. Doesn't budge. And he's kind of laughed down.
Yeah, they're like whistling at him because he
Yeah.
can't bust
Because
open this
listen,
phone booth.
big strong man
Uh-huh.
can't even get this door open.
Yeah.
The second one is the mechanic.
Uh-huh.
What we don't need brawn, we need skill.
Yeah.
Who's like, I've got some tools in my bag. Here, I've got a Phillips head screwdriver. Huh, that's weird. There's no screws or sockets
No.
or what if I just try to like pry it up? Nope, that doesn't work
No.
either.
What if I
He's like, no,
reattach the door handle and pull again? Nope, that's
yeah,
not working. Maybe
no,
that,
that
yeah.
doesn't. He's literally trying to like, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Yeah. You
No,
can
that
see the
doesn't work.
frustration mounting on Gray Man, on
And
his
and it's
face.
like it's frustration. It's also like he has a look of like, I know how ridiculous I look.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, like that sort of embarrassed, like, I know ha ha ha,
Yeah.
I get it. I'm stuck in a weird situation.
Yeah.
And then the third one are the police, the powers that be. And listen, if you've listened to this podcast, just because the cops come doesn't mean the movie's over.
Nope. Nope. These cops crack me up. They show up. They're like, "Get out of here! Hey, you get out of that phone booth, or we'll force you out." And you can kind of see
Yeah,
his gesture, like,
like,
"Do it."
go ahead,
Well, I would love to go to
please.
jail at this point.
Yes, exactly.
And they can't do anything about it. And then we hear the sirens
Fire
for the
department.
fire
Okay.
department.
And the fire department comes in and they're like, same thing. They're like, what's going on here?
Uh huh.
Bring me. I love it that one was like, bring me the tool.
The
And
guy
one guy
brings a
brings
hose.
a hose. And he's like, no, you idiot, not that.
That's not
A
gonna help.
ladder. Like, what do you like? Just
I
so
just, I just thought of. I'll bring up my favorite Muppet line of Lou Zealand from the Great Muppet Caper when they're trying to figure out how to break into the museum to get the diamond. Lou Zealand just says, "I brought the paper towels." They're like looking at him like, "Okay, great."
yeah,
But this guy brings a fucking the fire hose.
yeah,
But the firemen is interesting because they just take their ladder to climb up on top of it,
yeah.
and that fireman on top, he's got a full on like
Sledgehammer.
and he is getting ready to be like, "All right, steer clear. I'm coming down with this hammer."
Get down, and you can see the kind of look of terror, not terror, but like he's like, oh shit, glass is going to start flying.
Yeah,
So
but
he
then
like
we hear
crouches down on the
honking.
ground. Like very insistent honking.
Hmm.
And here comes that little green lorry.
And everyone cheers because it's like, "Oh, The
The
phone
phone
company.
company. Of
They'll
course.
solve this.
And there's like no words, only like the little rotary phone symbol on their thing.
Uh-huh.
And again, without words, these men back the truck in. They pull out the little poles. They put the poles in the phone booth. They unscrew it from the ground and they lift up the entire thing with the guy inside, load him onto the truck,
And drive off.
drive off.
And everyone is just cheering like, yep, problem solved.
Yay!
Yay,
Done.
he's got our
Done and done.
Well, and it's amazing too because it's the sense I got from this crowd that has gathered was that it's really about the show.
Hmm.
And this was made long before reality television, but
Oh,
it made
yeah.
me think of reality television or kind of,
Or candid camera. I think candid camera was a thing then,
Candid
but it
Camera
has
would have been.
that.
Yeah, there was variations of reality TV, I suppose,
Like,
happening.
what are you, like, what would make you stop your daily routine to go from bystander to
uh,
engaged, but not get involved?
and I also thought about this day and age of social media where almost every day somebody becomes the main character of social media.
Yes.
And it's
Like,
usually
how
not a good
many
thing.
people picking, people fighting on airplane videos, and
Hmm.
you're like, look at the 20 people sitting around them that are not filming,
Yeah.
that are literally just trying to get from point A to point B.
And being able to relate to another human being on a human level. And he's been put quite literally in on a stage. There's a moment
Yeah.
where I think one of the teenagers is like shouting, they're like, strip, strip
Oh my
at him.
God. Oh, I missed that.
And
Yeah.
and it's he's in a box. He's like he's a man on TV, on candid camera, or whatever
Yeah.
our equivalent would have been back in 1972.
There's
And
there's
the
one
humanity is gone
shot.
from it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's one shot before we leave this location, and it's kind of a low shot of him in the phone booth, and he's got like his hands up, and in the background is a skyscraper, like a
Uh-huh.
very modern office building. So it's like probably where this man might work, in a
Yeah.
box, within a box,
Uh-huh.
within a box.
Yeah. Well, all throughout we're going to see these. I love these shots actually. I really love the camera work following this truck through Madrid. And we get to see all of the crazy highway lanes, the layout of the movement of traffic.
Yeah.
It does look like arteries or an ant farm.
Yeah. The interesting tidbit of information. So the Spanish government said, "Hey, you want to make this movie? The Board of Tourism highly suggests
Hmm.
that you include shots of all the new things we've made in Spain over the like. Oh, look at all the new progress we've made. Don't you want to put that in your film if you ever want to see the light of day?" And he did.
Yeah.
Like it's shots of, yeah, it's very much like interstates, new modern technology, but also kind of, it looks again, boxes upon boxes upon boxes.
Yeah.
And then eventually those boxes, he's on the back of this truck and he is like pounding on this phone booth and everyone's waving and smiling at him.
Yeah.
Like he's the fucking king of the parade.
Yeah. He's the celebrity. He is the main character of Twitter, right? He's just like, oh my God, it's that guy.
Yeah.
And there's this moment wherein he pulls up. They come to a stop, and another truck with another phone booth on the back of it pulls up next to him.
With an almost identical businessman, same kind of tie, same kind of suit, same kind of balding. And they have this moment of, uh, can you help me? I can't help you. You can't help me.
What is happening?
And the other guy looks a little more depressed, like a little more resigned to his fate,
Yeah.
but it drives off. This is when I was like, oh, this fucking movie.
Uh-oh.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to have, like, is this an isolated thing? It's another when it starts to become a conspiracy of like,
Yeah.
and this is where reading a little bit about the history of this film was really interesting because this movie gives you no answers.
Mm-mm.
This movie is very existential. It's like it is only happening. Things are happening. You are seeing what's happening. That's it. But a lot of people got a little like the reactions of what is going on in this film after sort of the this kind of winding up the Franco
Uh-huh.
dictatorship in which people were just sort of disappeared.
Yep. By the government. Yep.
Hmm. And especially sort of the idea of like people being put into vans in the middle of a crowded play yard,
Hmm.
in the middle of a day, and just never heard from again. And we literally just watched that happen.
Yeah.
So it's like saying it without saying it, which is why I think this movie was so controversial at the time. One of the
Yeah.
reasons why this movie, it's an apolitical political movie, you
Oh
know?
yeah. It feels very political, or even if it's not intentionally so, it feels of an era of
Apparently,
political violence.
there was also that, and a lot of people were like, it was aliens. Like when it aired, everyone was convinced it was
Oh,
aliens.
sure. Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Or
Insert
just
conspiracy theory here.
yeah, or just sometimes, yeah, any conspiracy will do. Just some type of thing wherein some rock monster deep within a mountain range
Yeah.
just likes collecting humans.
Yeah.
And
Very Night Vale.
yeah, and well, and I think actually for me, the real confounding scene, and I rewound it to rewatch it just because I just wanted to get a sense of what they were doing, but I thought the biggest, I think, artistic stroke of this movie, the the wildest choice of this short film is when they pull up alongside the circus performers.
Yeah.
Because it's not just that they pull up next to circus performers, it's that they've already gone way out of the city, out
Yeah.
into the far
Right.
reaches of the mountains. It is it's like the dilapidated building. It's just like only a wall is left, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
wall isn't behind the performers, it's in front of them. So all we
Hmm.
see is somebody bouncing up and down from just behind a wall. We can only see the top of their head. And then
Yeah.
there's one man just sitting on the wall in like colorful outfit. And as they pull up, you just see a lineup. This one man is sitting out on top of the wall, and then there's just a lineup of people in clown makeup,
Just like
just their
staring.
heads watching.
And this man is holding a ship in a bottle.
Yeah.
And if you notice these circus performers, these and especially the little person holding the ship in the bottle are the only people that do not smile at him. They're
No.
the only ones that kind of look at him with like an understanding of the tragedy that he's going through.
Yeah.
Like they're like, look at him with sadness. He also passes a funeral
Yeah.
that's happening, church, people, mourners in black, and there's kind of an old-fashioned glass carriage
Hmm.
with a person in a glass box.
Yeah. Yeah. To the funeral. Yeah. He is not only in his, glass beer, like he's not only like,
Hmm.
being carried off in his own coffin, but he also is like a ship in a bottle because we will see soon that he's part of a collection.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I really do want to get back to the circus performers though. Like, why do they not react the same way to him?
I mean, at this point in the film, I was like, well, isn't it just like life? You get trapped in a box,
Mhm.
other people smilingly try to help you, but they're pretty much ineffectual.
Yeah.
Just like life. But
Yeah.
there's something about like circus performers, that's very like they live outside the norm.
They're
Like this,
artists.
we're yeah, they're artists, but also they're travelers. It's the like the freaks and the oddities and the people that don't fit in to the working machinations of society
Oh
understand
yeah.
things differently. And also
They
by this point, we've made it well out of the city. Like we're in like the desert outside of Madrid, you know,
and they're yeah, that's such a great way of saying it because
nomads.
the building that they're in has no roof or extra walls.
Hmm.
Their box has been broken open. They are free to move. They
Yeah,
are outsiders. They're freaks. They're
yeah,
artists. They're weirdos. They're what have you. And yeah, that they in some way they are free.
yeah. And
Um,
they understand. Um, it's like they see the tragedy of like, wow, you got your suit, you kiss your wife goodbye, you kiss your son goodbye, put him on the bus, send him to the nice Catholic school, you go to your little box. Didn't that seem
Did that
dull?
did that work out for you?
Yeah, does that make you happy?
Yeah. Well, we go into the side of a mountain, down
Well,
deep into a. Oh, wait, did I miss something?
well, the
Oh,
helicopter. So
yeah,
at one
that's
point,
right.
a
Yes.
helicopter starts following him, and he's like, you're like, you and the man inside are like, oh my gosh, okay, who? Somebody is acknowledging that this gentleman has been kidnapped, and
Uh-huh.
this helicopter follows them. Some really amazing shots of like apparently it was a dam going down into like a recently built dam that is like switchback after switchback, and this helicopter is following this truck, and you're like, okay, okay, do something.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Are you an army helicopter? Are you a
Yeah.
police helicopter? Are you just search and rescue? What's happening?
And then the helicopter sort of lands, and the people get out, and the truck drives by. And I can't remember if I projected this or if this actually happens, but they kind of like the truck gives them like a little bump, bump, like
Yep.
a
Hey guys. And the
hey.
helicopter guys, the pilot has stepped out and
I
he's
think
just
they do
waving
wave,
at the truck drivers.
but he's not waving at the man. He's waving at the drivers this time.
That helicopter is security
Yep,
for the mountain
not rescue.
secret
Uh-huh.
hideaway.
And
And
then
going down,
into
yeah,
oof.
this pathway down, we pass a flatbed semi going the other way that's just carrying fresh, brand new.
Like 20
Yeah,
fresh new boxes. This is also where the music changes
yeah.
from that jaunty little 70s jazz music. Now we're in, I think it's Orff. ORFF is the composer who apparently got very angry because apparently they didn't ask his permission to use
Oh,
this.
okay, great.
But they
Carl
kind of worked
Orff,
it
yeah.
out.
Uh-huh.
Carl Orff, they kind of worked it out in the back end after he saw the film. He's like, okay, that's actually a pretty good piece of art.
It's very
But it's,
I don't know if it's from Carmina Burana, but it sounds very much of that ilk of the oh, oh,
yeah.
oh, oh,
Yeah, like
oh,
it's
oh, oh.
punctured. It's not happy music.
No.
It's very tense. And it's also the like everything has been so like this has been a day scare. Like
Mhm.
bright Madrid, Spanish sun, full high noon. And now all of a sudden we're in this long, dark tunnel with like the flashing lights going by. And you see like it's the close-up look on this man's face of what the actual fuck
Yeah.
is going on.
You know what? One of the scariest little scenes he sees here that was only scary to me once I saw the end
Once you
of
saw,
it is there's a little alcove that he passes and there's a
mhm.
group of guys cleaning out, hosing out
Yep.
insides of these phone booths and you're like, "Oh, they're cleaning them up to take them out into the world." Oh no, they're reusing them.
Are they? Are they?
They are cleaning out ones that have already been used.
Hmm. The truck pulls up to an empty concrete room, and there's like a winch with a magnet on top.
Hmm.
The magnet comes down, latches onto that phone booth. The men they drive the truck away. Now he's just like suspended in a little box, like a little lantern, going down an assembly line.
Yep.
Drops him off onto like little rollers, much like a factory. He's just being transported from one place to another.
I love the scene of we get the wide shot of this like empty like loading dock sort of room where the magnet is or that magnet
Hmm.
winch that lifts him up. But we watch it carry him off screen and then we watch the winch come back to the empty room and the
Yes.
truck drive away. So it just shows us this room just resets and all we do is
Yeah.
bring phone booths here,
Yep.
put them onto the conveyor belt. We
And
are
then another
just a
winch
factory.
returns, and yeah,
Yeah. And Cecil, he goes down this conveyor belt and now he sees what?
he sees other phone booths
Hmm.
with the various stages of decomposition. No, that's not it. Um,
Spontaneity.
yes. Um, he sees corpses inside of phone booths in varying degrees of decomposing,
Hmm.
all of them in suits, some of them fresh, some of them still alive, some of them skeletons, some of them bloated. Just,
Yep.
just that.
They have just died in the booth.
Yeah. And he kind of pulls up next to one, and it's kind of this is like the only jump scare in the film,
Hmm.
and it's another almost identical looking man, balding suit, the whole thing, who has wrapped the telephone cord around his neck to kill himself,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like the tongue sticking out and like kind of turned blue. And then it's the last, well, like not the last shot, but the kind of the penultimate shot is our gray man, our main character, like hands up and he just like slides down that booth and his head disappears. And it's just the one hand
Uh-huh.
slowly sliding down the booth off screen.
It's really amazing that you never, from the moment he gets trapped, you never hear his voice
Nope.
again. And
You
so,
don't, it's like you don't even hear him breathe.
no, you can't. And so you see him sobbing, but you don't hear the sobbing.
Yeah.
And there's an extra level of alienation that happens there, right? Like it takes you a little bit further away from the emotion of the scene. I mean, this actor is fucking killing it, and I
Yeah. And
feel
apparently,
him strongly. But the
yeah.
sounds are so important to not
Yeah.
just horror, but like drama, right? Like the sound of crying is really important for us to really get into
The sound
uh,
of breathing.
the sound of breathing. Yeah, and that alienation is really interesting because in fact, I thought of Michael Haneke, which is he's a filmmaker that loves to implicate the audience. He
Mm.
loves almost all of his films. If if it's not funny games where he just directly turns to the audience and is like,
Yeah. Yeah.
"Hey, you want this, right?" But even like a movie like Amour opens with a scene of an audience watching a thing, as in like, "I see
Mm-hmm.
you, audience, watching
Yeah.
my thing. So what are you gonna do
Yeah.
about it?" And when you take it to where you can never hear him breathe or cry or shout or talk, you are one of the people in the park.
Yeah.
Antonio Mercero is saying, you're one of them. You're one
Yeah.
of the people. Which person are you?
Yeah. You're just going about your daily life and you wanted a little bit of grotesque something. Well,
Uh,
here you go. Oh, now it's over. Back to your life you go. And then the denouement of the film,
mm-hmm. Our
bird
epilogue,
song. Yep.
a
Bird
bird
song.
song. Yeah, love that.
Just, nice, peaceful park, which another thing that like a lot of people take, if you want to get the religious implications, like kind of being kicked out of the Garden of Eden
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
in this bright red apple
Mm-hmm.
colored phone booth. A lorry truck pulls up. They drive in, they install another phone booth, boop, 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 and then they just gently open that door, reset the trap.
Yeah. The end. There is and you'll see it on the Wikipedia page, but it's the photo. If you look up La Cabina on Wikipedia, there's a photo of a phone booth on a cool like plaque pedestal that they put up in Madrid in 2021 to honor Mercero and the filming of this short film.
Yeah, like this film like shook a lot of people up when it came out, and then it
Hmm.
was like shown in America, and then I think it took like 7 or 8 years to get to the UK to be shown on BBC. And kind of in the pre-internet days, people were like, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
Yeah, yeah,
Like it was kind of a conversation piece. So much in fact that the telephone company did a spoof of this movie as they got the same actor to be in an advertisement
amazing.
of him in a phone booth. Like this movie has kind of resounded every 10 to 20 years. Some new generation discovers this film, and I'm so grateful that we got to cover this because this might be one of the best movies we've watched for the show.
We see so many great stuff in these shorts, and I'm so glad that we're doing short films for Friday the 13th. Thank you to Dee Dee Dunn for pointing this one out. I would have
Yeah.
never come to this, uh, and this was really really great. I don't know if this will top possibly in Michigan as my favorite just movie we've ever watched for this podcast,
Ooh, yeah.
but a decidedly different type of film, but
It's just got a different vibe.
different vibe. I fucking loved
This
it. I
this
think
is
it's
much more
brilliant.
like Roald Dahl, Tales of the Unexpected. I think the guy who created Black Mirror
Yeah.
cited this movie as an influence and kind of put a
Hmm.
little man in, or a person in a glass box in a Black Mirror episode.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely see the influence, and yeah, it was fantastic. Well, let's wrap this episode up. Like usually, I will do like a rating of a film for like how approachable it is. These shorts are just kind of all over the map. I think for the most part, these are all pretty approachable. I think if you are horror averse, like Fist of Jesus is pretty fucking gory, but it's not scary.
Yeah.
Um, the scares in this movie are it's tension, and I think
Yeah.
Suspense sets that up well. I think the serious
Yeah.
movies, Moths and Cargo and even La Cabina are all they're built around suspense. They're built around
Yeah.
the tension that we sense from not speaking, not jumping, not yelling, but what we see,
What will happen?
what could happen. So yeah, blood and gore stalking. There's a suicide, a couple strangle yourself suicide bits in these films, but that's it for that. Uh, you have any last things? Do you want to rate anything? Do you want to
No, I
add to
think
any
this
of
was
these
an excellent
films?
collection for Friday the 13th.
Oh my God, so exciting! And we'll do this again because this is Friday the 13th in February. We're just going to get another Friday the 13th in March because of the perfect 28 days of February. So we will see y'all then for that. But thank you for listening. Thank you for Cecil for talking with me. And if y'all have thoughts on any of these shorts, let us know at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, or on Patreon, where we have public discussion threads that are free to participate in and watch for this coming Tuesday's regular episode, La Llorona from
Oh
2019.
no!
Have a restful night, y'all, with no calcium supplements in your Jamba Juice or nothing. Boo.
Boo!